What is going on, guys? We are live, and thank you for tuning into my SummerSlam 2018 review and results video. Of course, we are going to be talking about and breaking down the biggest pay-per-view of the summer. Just went off the air here a little bit more than 48 minutes ago, for those of you keeping count of the time. And I have to say, this was one of the better SummerSlams that I've seen in the past couple of years, because looking back on things, I wasn't really a fan of SummerSlam last year. I thought, despite that Fatal 4-Way main event and a couple other matches on the card, wasn't really a whole lot going on. 2016, kind of a mixed bag. 2015, mixed bag. So for the first time since, I'd say, 2014, I enjoyed a SummerSlam. So kudos to the WWE for finally, as The Rock would say, delivering a good SummerSlam. You know, I kept my expectations for this show going into it very low. And I was hoping, well, if I keep my expectations low, maybe they will exceed my expectations. And they just so happened to exceed my expectations. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this show, guys. I'm thinking of a B+ for this show. So be sure to let me know your thoughts on this SummerSlam card as we go through it match by match. Of course, the live chat will be open throughout the entirety of this video. I apologize if I stumble over my words. It's late. It's been a long day. It's been a long pay-per-view. So without further ado, let's get into my SummerSlam review. So we'll start with the pre-show. Really quickly, just talk about the results of the pre-show. I don't watch the pre-show, so I'll just read you who won here. In the mixed tag match between Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega versus Rusev and Lana. Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega were victorious after it looked like Almas distracted Lana long enough for Vega to roll up Lana with her feet on the ropes for the win. Cruiserweight Championship match. Cedric Alexander was able to get 3 count on Drew Gulak. So he successfully retained his Cruiserweight Championship. And let me know, guys, if you watched the pre-show, what did you think of these matches? Were they any good? Were they worth checking out? The only part of the pre-show that I caught was the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Revival versus the B-Team. And I guess to my surprise, because I was hoping that the Revival would win, they did not. The B-Team successfully retained their Raw Tag Team Championships. So, with all that being said, let's get into what matters, the main card of the show here. And we kick things off here with the Intercontinental Championship match. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, with Drew McIntyre in Dolph Ziggler's corner and Dean Ambrose in Seth Rollins' corner. I have to say this was a really nice match to kick things off here. I thought it started off slow. Wasn't really feeling the match early going on, but once things picked up here, once Rollins and Ziggler, began trading shots, whether it was Rollins, trying for the buckle bomb, or Rollins going for Ziggler, I should say, hitting the DDT to Seth Rollins on the ring apron. Rollins was able to kick out. The zigzag attempts, the super kick blocks, Rollins diving off the top rope for that frog splash, going for the curb stomp. Ziggler able to get out of there. Drew McIntyre, Dean Ambrose were going at it on the outside. They were teasing that throughout the entire night. Makes me kind of want to see a Drew McIntyre, Dean Ambrose program down the line. I think that would be a fun program. Ziggler hits a zigzag. Rollins kicks out. Rollins gets busted open, so we got a little blood in this match. Drew gets up on the ring apron. Ambrose is able to pull him down. It's dirty deeds to Drew McIntyre on the outside, and Rollins hits the curb stomp and becomes your new Intercontinental Champion. Nice way to kick off the show here. Was surprised to see Seth win. I was thinking maybe there's a possibility that Dean cost Seth the match, but he didn't, which is maybe smart for him. Because now, tomorrow night on Raw, we'll have to see what happens. Just the way Dean was acting, they hugged afterwards, Rollins, Ambrose, but it really made me wonder, would Dean Ambrose turn on Seth Rollins? He didn't, but something tells me tomorrow night on Raw, we might see something like that happen. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that one. But I thought good opener. Definitely better than the Iron Man match that they had at Extreme Rules last month. I think outside of that match, I think Rollins and Ziggler work well with one another. They just have really good chemistry. And it was certainly on display here. Like I said, the first half of the match, not so much. But once it got going, the match definitely picked up into high gear in the second half. So I really enjoyed this as an opener for SummerSlam. A match that I didn't really have much expectations in going into the show that I enjoyed, despite the finish, and we'll talk about the finish, was the Bludgeon Brothers defending their SmackDown Tag Team Championships versus the New Day. Big E, he is one tough, powerful SOB. Just the way he's able to pick up Luke Harper and Eric Rowan with ease. I mean, it's incredible. It just goes to show you the singles potential that I think that Big E Langston has down the line. I definitely think once New Day goes their separate ways, Big E is the guy to watch out for. I mean, he's belly-to-belly suplexing Eric Rowan on the outside. Harper dove off the apron into a belly-to-belly by Big E, setting up for the big ending. Harper's able to reverse out into a sit-out powerbomb. Xavier Woods dives on Eric Rowan. We got chaos going on outside. Eventually, Kofi Kingston gets attacked by Eric Rowan, and Woods hits the limit breaker off the top rope onto the floor, onto Luke Harper, and it looks like Big E and Xavier Woods are going to go for the finish. Rowan comes in, hits Woods with the mallet to cause the disqualification. So I am not a fan of a disqualification on a pay-per-view. Never have, never will be. But this was a pretty fun tag team match. Like I said, based on my expectations going into it, I should have known what the teams involved. The talent was there. Just the build really wasn't there for me. But yeah, that finish was trash. Really not. I was just hoping that maybe the New Day would end this tag title reign for Harper and Rowan because they really have not been doing anything for me as the Bludgeon Brothers, just nothing. So I felt really changing the titles here would have been the way to go. But like I said, Harper and Rowan used the mallets to cause disqualification. So the New Day win. But the Bludgeon Brothers retain. Excuse me. Now, this Money in the Bank contract match between Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. I'm going to look it up right here to see how long this match went. This was one of the most shocking things of the night. If I can find it here, I will tell you in a second. This match went a minute 50. A minute 50. One more time. A minute 50. I don't know if this is the case of Kevin Owens being in some hot water or this just being what they had planned here. It was really surprising for me to see Braun Strowman literally steamroll. I mean, I think Kevin Owens got one offensive move in here, and it was all Braun Strowman here. And Strowman, he chokeslammed him on the ramp, going up the ramp onto the steel part of it. So Owens' head bounced pretty badly off that. And Strowman rolls him back into the ring, hits running power slam, and beats Kevin Owens. That was really the shocker of the night, I'd have to say. I expected them to have a more competitive match. I expected Kevin Owens to get more than one offensive move in. So it'll certainly be interesting to see where this goes from here on Raw, moving forward. And we'll talk about what happened with Braun, of course, later on in the night, of course, in the main event. But yeah, really surprising to only see that match go that short. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella. Not a bad match here. Better than I thought it was going to be. I knew with Lynch and Charlotte in there, they'd be able to carry most of this match. But what really surprised me here, and I kind of like how the way this went down, was towards the end of the match. Carmella is in the disarmer. Becky Lynch got her in twice. First time, she's able to get the rope. Second time, looks like Becky Lynch is going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte comes in the ring, hits natural selection on Becky Lynch for the win, and steals the SmackDown Women's Championship from Becky Lynch. And then Becky snaps. She tosses Charlotte over the announcer's table, sends her flying into the barricade, and I know this was supposed to be a heel turn, but I feel for Becky. I mean, every opportunity that she gets, something happens. Or, she comes so close, and then she falls back down a peg. And the crowd agreed with me. I mean, they were cheering for Becky Lynch and booing Charlotte. So I guess this was a heel turn for Becky Lynch. Call it what you may. I just saw it as her being a frustrated babyface. And Charlotte really is being more so the heel. Because she came in and stole the win. She literally stole it. And the crowd chanted, "You deserve it," at Charlotte. So I thought that was funny. Like I said, first half of the match, Second half, I thought picked up nicely, and interesting finish. Certainly sets up a potential Becky Lynch-Charlotte program, as I predicted heading into the Evolution pay-per-view. So we'll see where that goes in the weeks to come on SmackDown Live. WWE Championship match. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Once again, match started with Joe gave an introduction, and he told Styles' wife and daughter, who were in the crowd, not to worry because their daddy will be coming home tonight. And Styles gets on the mic and he says he's here to watch him beat Joe's ass. And I thought these two had a really good match here on this show. It started off slow, but it started to pick up nicely. You could tell these two know each other so well in that ring. And just the way that Styles and Joe, they really took it to each other in this match. I thought the pacing was nice. Once we got going here, whether it was setting up for the phenomenal forearm, going for the coquina clutch, or AJ trying to get in the calf crusher, and then just Joe grabbing Styles' head and slamming it into the mat over and over and over again. And Joe even called for the Muscle Buster, which is a move we have not seen for quite a while. Didn't hit it, but he called for it. And eventually Joe locked in the coquina clutch. And as Styles was trying to fight out of it, Joe obliterated Styles with a leaping head kick, and Styles fell off the top rope onto the floor. And Joe got on the mic and said that tells Styles' wife that he will be her new daddy. And this just enraged AJ Styles. This set him off. He speared Joe off the announcer's table through the barricade, grabbed a chair, hits Joe to cause the disqualification. So I'm not a big fan of DQs. However, I thought with the way that the story was being told in this match, with Samoa Joe trying to get inside AJ's head, playing those mind games, and it worked. Didn't work to Joe's advantage, but to me it worked to help continue this feud moving into next month. I really like personal feuds, especially bringing in AJ's family, especially with his wife and child there. And Joe's just promo gold on the mic. And that was certainly no different here tonight at SummerSlam. So we have a disqualification. Joe wins, but Styles retains. And he keeps hitting him over and over and over again. And eventually AJ's wife says, "That's enough." And AJ goes over to his wife, and he got busted open as well. So we definitely had some blood on this show. But I really like the personal factor, bringing in AJ's family. And AJ and his family walk off to the back. We then had Elias's in-ring segment. He promised to sing his greatest song of all time. And just as he was about to play his guitar, it broke. The end broke. He got mad, kicked over his stool, head to the back. And that is all that we saw of Elias. So, poor Elias. The guy just truly cannot catch a break. I truly feel bad for him. Because every time, every opportunity that he gets, it's just like he will never be able to perform his greatest song. I was hoping for The Rock to interrupt. Something told me maybe, because I know they want to do that Rock Elias segment. Oh, it'll happen. Just not right now. But I know down the line, we will get that Rock Elias segment. We then have The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Really like this match. Really like the story that was told. You know, Miz using the kicks and the punches and everything that he has stolen from Daniel Bryan. The yes kicks. Trying to put Daniel Bryan in the surfboard. And of course, Bryan was able to counter out of that and put Miz into the surfboard. These two got a lot of time to go in there and tell a nice story in the ring from the 8 years of build-up. This was easily my most anticipated match on the card. Thought it was good, but I know that these two can have an even better match on future pay-per-view. And this match went 23 minutes and 30 seconds. And looking at all the matches here, it was the longest match of the night. So I'm glad these two got the time to go in the ring. And yes, they certainly are going to have a rematch at Hell in a Cell. It's going to happen. You can guarantee that. It was really interesting to see what was the finish going to be, because I had a feeling The Miz was going to win. And Maurice was sitting up front. And before we get to Maurice, Miz puts Bryan in the figure four. And Bryan's able to reverse. Miz gets to the ropes. Miz is kicked in the back of the head by Daniel Bryan, who elbows Miz in the head over and over. He puts the yes lock on the Miz. Miz gets outside, and Bryan drop kicks the Miz into the barricade, and Maurice handed Miz looked like brass knuckles. He decked Daniel Bryan with the knuckles and was able to get the win. So I called it. I said Miz was going to find a way, somehow, some way, to beat Daniel Bryan, and that is what he did here. And I'm certainly fine with this feud continuing. I think these two can have an even better match than they had here. I thought what they had here was good, pretty good. But yeah, like I said, I know these two can have an even better match down the line, and I'm pretty sure we will see them have a rematch. Not sure if it'll be inside the Cell, but it will happen at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So good stuff right here. Just really good stuff. And what was also a really nice surprise, and yes, thank you for, I got to bring this up too. It leads me to believe, could we possibly be setting up for a mixed tag match? Brie was backstage with Daniel, comforting him after the match. There's a possibility we could see Brie and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz and Maurice. Don't be surprised if we see that down the line. Maybe next month. We'll have to see what direction they go in. We'll obviously know Tuesday, what direction they want to take this feud in. But that'd be something I'd be down for if, Maurice is ready. I know she had the kid and everything, so we'll see. But thank you for bringing that up. Moving on here, Baron Corbin versus Finn Bálor. And who would come out but the Demon after months and 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 months. The Demon had risen at SummerSlam, and it was too sweet. It was great to finally see Finn Bálor bring back the Demon. I was wondering when we were ever going to see him, and he beat Baron Corbin in 1:35. Double stomp to the back of Corbin's head. Coup de grace for the win. Short, sweet, to the point. This was perfect. This is exactly what this match needed to be. I was hoping that the Demon would show up, and he squashed Baron Corbin, and I'm fine with that. That was awesome. That was a nice surprise on the SummerSlam show. So we just keep moving on here. We go to Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Jeff Hardy. Not a bad match here. I thought they had a better match here on SmackDown a number of weeks ago. Nakamura was able to hit the Kinshasa on Jeff Hardy for the win. And afterwards, Randy Orton walked down to the ring, turned around, and went to the back. So that was kind of bizarre. It's like, okay, what the hell is Randy Orton doing here? Shows up, arrives, does nothing, and then leaves. I thought maybe he would beat down Jeff Hardy, but no, he just said, I guess, hi, remember me? I'm still here. That was just weird. See, I don't really have anything else to say. Not really surprised to see Nakamura. I didn't think he was going to lose the title, 1 month after winning it at Extreme Rules. So no real surprise there. And we go to our Raw Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Before the match, Natalya came out wearing her late father's jacket. I wanted to say, rest in peace to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Shame he isn't. One day he will get in there. Hart Foundation, one of the all-time great tag teams. Great guy, great family man. And just want to send my thoughts and prayers to Natalya and her family during this difficult time. Rest in peace to Jim the Anvil Neidhart, 63 years of age. That's never easy. So Natalya came out. And she was there to support Ronda Rousey. The Bella Twins were ringside as well. This match only went 4 minutes, but Ronda Rousey came out full of piss and vinegar. Alexa Bliss was deathly afraid of getting into the ring with Ronda Rousey. And once, Ronda sat in the ring and offered, you get in here, you take the first shot. And, Rousey just snapped Alexa Bliss, beat the shit out of her, sent her flying into the mat, bent her arm in ways that really shouldn't be able to bend, and hit the modified armbar. And Alexa Bliss taps out. Ronda Rousey wins. Everybody celebrates. Short, sweet, and to the point. Like I said, not every match has to go 20, 30 minutes, especially on a 4-hour show. You get your shit in, you get your shit out. And to me, it makes more of an impact if you win in a shorter amount of time rather than a longer match that really had no need to go that long of length. So I thought this was perfect. Rousey wins, no shenanigans, no BS, and I had no problem with it. So we then move on to, of course, you all knew this was going to be the main event. Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And before the match even begins, Braun Strowman's music hits. He comes down, he says he refuses to be a coward and cash in when his opponent has his back turned. Strowman tells them Reigns and Lesnar good luck. Whoever wins will be facing Strowman as soon as their match ends. And then Strowman just stood there for the rest of the match. As soon as the bell rings, Reigns hits 3 Superman punches and 3 spears. Lesnar is able to lock in the guillotine. And Reigns drops Lesnar with a spine buster. Eventually, Lesnar is able to lock Reigns in with another guillotine. Reigns is able to get to his feet. Plants Lesnar with a spine buster. Lesnar takes off his gloves. Reigns goes for a Superman punch. Lesnar ducks. 2 German suplexes. Lesnar tries to get Reigns up for the F5. Reigns hits spear. Lesnar is able to move out of the way, and Reigns goes sailing through the ropes onto Braun Strowman. Lesnar, we see Strowman now, hits F5 on Strowman. Hits Strowman with the briefcase. He throws the briefcase up the stage, and he hits Strowman with a chair. And as he's distracted, gets back into the ring. Reigns hits spear for the win. Thank God this was only 6 minutes and 10 seconds. It was the exact length of this match. I said, we don't need another. How long was their match at WrestleMania 34? Probably a lot longer than this match. We did not need to see, Reigns and Lesnar go however long they went at WrestleMania. I think that was 15 minutes. It's probably longer than that. Let me look here. 15 minutes. This was 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That was the perfect length. I'm fine with Reigns. I was fine with him winning at WrestleMania. Just get it over with. Now, full time. Thank God that Lesnar's 504-day Universal Championship reign is over. Should have ended a long time ago. So now that we got beyond Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, I'm curious to see where they go from here. Who will be the next person to challenge Roman Reigns? And by the time this video is up, you all have already seen Raw, and you already know who challenges Roman Reigns. It'll be interesting to see now who steps up to face Reigns on Raw. But yeah, this SummerSlam I thought was one of the better ones in recent memory. I'm giving it a B+. It was one of the better main roster shows that I've enjoyed all year. I put that up there with Money in the Bank. And I did enjoy WrestleMania as well. So those are the three shows that I enjoyed. Rumble too. Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, and SummerSlam. So kudos to the main roster for delivering an enjoyable show. I don't really have too much to rant and rave about. Some stuff on the show that left me scratching my head. But for a 4-hour show, for the most part, I enjoyed the show. So guys, as this review comes to a close, let me know your thoughts on SummerSlam 2018. You can leave your comments down below in this video as soon as it is uploaded. I want to say thank you all for watching my live review. I did live reactions to AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Those videos are uploaded on the channel now. And also, be sure to check out my NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 review. And before I close things out here, I have a personal vlog. I'm going to be doing more of those videos. I'm getting into stunt work, stunt choreography with the Kane Action Team. So be sure to check out those videos. They will be coming once a month. Hope to bring those to you. Some new content on this channel. Going to be training with Kane Action Team. Be sure to check out their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Kane Action Team. Just wanted to get that plug out there as well. So thank you all for watching this live SummerSlam review. And I hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam as well. Might be back up here for a Raw review if it's good tomorrow. We shall see. But that does it, guys. Have a great night. And thanks for watching my SummerSlam review. Good night, guys.